All right, here we go on the next lesson for the next activity for this week, complementary and supplementary angles. So these are special relationships between angles. We'll start with defining what complementary angles are. So complementary angles are a pair of angles. So it's a pair of angles with a sum of 90 degrees. All right, so basically if you have two angles, let's just say you have this right angle. Yeah, sure, that's a right angle. And it is split in two. We split it in two like that. So now we have angle, let's say this is angle ABC and angle CBD. So we would say that angle ABC and angle CBD are complementary. So they equal, so we would say that this, I should say that that plus that would equal 90 degrees. All right, so let's just say we know that angle ABC, or the measure, sometimes you see this little m, that means the measure of angle ABC is, let's say this is 40 degrees. Okay, it equals 40 degrees. So then what is the measure of angle CBD going to be? Well, in order to figure that out, we could do it with a little math, a little algebra. Essentially what we're going to do is we know that 40 degrees plus whatever that is going to equal 90, so we just subtract. Let me show you algebraically. So if you have 40 plus the measure of angle CBD has to equal 90, then in order to solve that, basically all you're doing is subtracting 40. And you see that the measure of angle CBD is 50 degrees. Okay, so that is complementary angles, pair of angles that add up to be 90 degrees. Supplementary angles supplementary angles, it's a pair of angles. Sometimes it's actually three angles. I've seen it. I believe there's one problem on your work for this week where there are three angles. So it's a pair or more of angles with a sum of 180 degrees. All right, that's what supplementary angles are. Now, 180 degrees makes a straight line, right? So if we have a straight line, we have a straight angle, and we make two angles out of it. Let's name this one E, F, G, H. Sure, okay. So then here we would say that angle EFG plus angle GFH is going to equal 180 degrees. That is what makes them supplementary. Okay, so now I'm going to do a little example, show you a little bit more what this is going to look like. So if the measure of angle GFH, let's say this angle right here is, let's do 35 degrees. Okay. If the measure of angle GFH is 35 degrees, then to figure out what the measure of this angle is, so I think on a lot of your worksheets it's going to say X or X degrees. Okay. So GFH, so this is going to be X plus 35 equals 180. We're doing the exact same thing I did up there. I put an X in place of the angle measure. So in order to solve this, you just do 180 minus 35. Algebraically, this is what it looks like. And then X equals, slide this down a little bit, 180 minus 35. Is 145 degrees. So then you could say that the measure of angle EFG equals 145 degrees. So that is what complementary and supplementary angles are. Here are a couple more examples. So we have here, identify a pair of angles as complementary, supplementary, or neither. All right, well right here, I have a 48 and a 42 degree angle. Does it matter that they are not connected? Absolutely not. It does not matter that they are not connected. If I add these up, let's add them and see if together they make either 90 or 180 degrees. So when I add these two angles, I certainly do get 90 degrees. So that would make this pair complementary. Be careful when you're doing your worksheet that you spell these words correctly. All right, this one here, complementary, supplementary, or neither? Well, simply looking at it, I can tell that together they do not make a 90 degree angle, so they are not complementary. They're more than 90 degrees. This is an obtuse angle. It's not a straight angle, so they're not supplementary either. They're not going to add up to be 180 degrees. So this pair is neither complementary, supplementary. All right, here are a couple little word problem type things. So this says if angle A and B are complementary, okay, it's important to notice what word is given to you. Complementary means they have to add up. That means that the measure of angle A plus the measure of angle B is 90 degrees. And the measure of A, so if A is 86, what is the measure of B? So it's basically 86 plus X equals 90. You simply subtract and you find that the measure of angle B, that should be an easy one. That would just be 4 degrees. That's an itty bitty little acute angle, isn't it? Okay. So again, just pay attention to what is given to you. If they're complementary, they're going to add up to 90. If they're supplementary, they're going to add up to 180 degrees. All right, in this next problem, we have supplementary angles. So if C and D, what is the measure of angle C if C and D are supplementary and the measure of angle D is 97? Okay, so that means that basically, so the measure of angle C plus the measure of angle D equals 180. I know that because it tells me they're supplementary. The measure of angle D is 97, so this is going to be X plus 97 equals 180. And then to solve it, get that 13 out of there. So let's subtract 97. You can use a calculator for this, but you shouldn't need it. So 83 degrees. So then you would say the measure of angle D equals 83 degrees. That's the proper way of writing it. I'll let you know on your worksheet you're only going to be able to put the number in for this though. All right, I hope that helps. Good luck, guys.